Sure. Attacking those foundations of society that nobody's ever dared attack before.
The more I write, the more insincere it looks, because I am a horse's ass.
It's time for Cofield and Company with Steve Cofield on ESPN Las Vegas.
Here we go, 5 o'clock hour. Cofield, Adam Hill, Ari is here. You can check us out right now at Steve Cofield. We do run video at different points throughout the show. We had a great interview earlier where we got into some Raider history, and especially Barrett Robbins as a former Raider fullback and current Raider scout in the Southeast. Zach Crockett was with us, so make sure to check that out on Twitter or go to lvsportsnetwork.com for full archives of the show on a daily basis.
Battleborn Injury Lawyers presents the Big Five at 5. Number 5.
All right. Fired up. There's been a lot of sad things about the coronavirus, like record-setting unemployment. That sucked. People maybe not getting their jobs back. That still sucks. Businesses going out of business. That's terrible. I can list a lot of things before I get to this one. But one thing that did make me kind of sad that I like about Las Vegas, the announcement that buffets would no longer exist. And I held out hope. I was like, maybe they'll come back. Maybe they'll be reinvented. Well, they're going to try it when the buffet is back. Now, it is going to be a buffet where you are served. There's going to be a choice of 90 items. There will be a 2-hour limit. The 90 items are described as well-portioned dishes. As a lard ass, if I go to the buffet, I'm getting lots of food, and I'm going to spread it out over a good amount of time. Are you sold yet?
No. Well, first of all, you're excited about this buffet? Are you going? No.
I am excited that the concept is back. I may not go to that one, but what it does is this is a kind of a Mayor Goodman type process. Like the first buffet is the control panel, which I hope with much less serious possibilities or outcomes. When she was suggesting her control panel, this one will be safe. So we're going to find out from people like if this new buffet concept where they serve you pick items, if this is the beginning of the new buffet. I'm excited about that because I was very depressed that buffets could go away forever.
I am probably, until buffets return to normal, which I'm not advocating that. I'm just saying until that happens, I will most likely never go. And the biggest reason is my thing, I guess you call it, at a buffet,
right,
is I will just make a ridiculously obnoxious salad.
I've seen it.
And it's salad is, I'm just upset. Give me all the ingredients and let's go. Let's make this awesome salad with just a ton of lettuce, but a ton of black olives.
No, the great thing about a buffet is that there are no rules. You can act, kind of subhuman. And if you want to get a massive salad and put you love olives. I think you're a horse's ass for that.
Yeah.
But if you want to put an entire pan of olives, if you just want to build a salad and the lettuce is not the base, it's just olives.
Yeah.
That was what a buffet was for.
Kind of my move.
So are you going to get looks from people now? Is there going to be a judgmental issue?
Well, are you even going to be able to do that? Can you tell?
I would.
Is it
special? You're right. That's the other thing. Will the people at the table allow you?
Yeah.
I get what I want. If I want to have pasta, I'm trying to think of some crazy mixes here. Whatever. I want to have pasta in one corner and
tacos,
cantaloupe, and then I don't know, freaking spare ribs, and top it off all with turkey gravy.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Can you?
But you're going to get a look from a server now where they're like, "What?
Can you just make me a salad with whatever black olives are left? Just pile those all in, and then some whatever. And just add the carrots and broccoli, whatever on there. Are you going to be able to be that specific? I don't know. So, but by the way,
just play 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just this is the whole big time. Again,
that was the beauty of the buffet, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could go in that direction, and I would just
food porn,
and people would I would get the criticisms from whoever I'd be with of why are you wasting this on salad? Like you're supposed to eat a bunch
I
of
would
the
do
food.
that. I would get
Yeah.
on you about salad. I would get on you about bread. But like for me, I don't always like to overload the plate. If I have to do an 8-plater, then I'll do it. I don't mean all at one time, but I may go up and only fill half the plate. Now you've got someone serving, and they're going to look at you like, you son of a, come on.
Why
How
are you
many?
getting 9 plates? Like, tell me everything that you want, and I'll bring it to you at once. And I said it before. How willing are, I would say, people, but how willing are you going to be to do that? To tell an actual server, okay, now my 6th plate is going to be this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're going to be like, I guess I'm only getting 3 plates today.
There is a shame factor here,
Yeah.
which I'm not comfortable with. But we're going to grow on both sides. The servers and the buffets are going to grow with us. We're going to grow with them. Listen, the write up that you guys had straight from the PR manual, I assume, but or PR release. They're going to follow health and safety protocols. This is at Wynn. Social distancing, touchless technology, QR code, downloadable menus. This is the future, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
This is the future. Like, if you go into a restaurant, you're like, "Where's the menu?" There's no menus. You're gonna have to do it on your phone. I don't want to profile, but I feel like there's gonna be a certain age of people who are gonna be like, "What? I can't download it. Where's the menu? Just give me the menu." Like, no, it's on your phone, and then just flip out.
But I think most
Meltdown.
places are going to do the single sheet menu,
Okay,
where it's just one piece of paper and they just throw it right
90
away.
items.
You
Buffet.
just throw it away. Yeah, you just list it and
Okay.
then you throw it away. I think you can do that. I mentioned to you I'm going to a resort, and they already sent me the email about downloading an app, and then when you go into the restaurant, there's 6 restaurants there. When you go in, you scan it at the front, and then it pops the menu onto your phone. Like, that seems very easy to me. That seems like a great concept to me.
And the other great question at hand: when does a buffet become not worth the money?
Well, now I think the
Because
price point changes.
The price is going to go up. This would be, I guess, one of the pricier buffets. Dinner on a weekday is $59. If you would like to tack on all you can drink, then you're at $95.
Ooh, wow. If you say when does it not become worth it? Now. That's when. But I guess that would also, what that would do is that's going to take the shame factor out that we just discussed, right? You're like, I don't care about the shame. I just paid $95 for this.
And also that and the 2-hour limit on the drinks.
Oh yeah, keep them coming.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Where's,
Let's go.
what do you mean you're short servers?
Yeah.
Now, the flip side of that is it's going to cost you more money to go to a buffet, but guess what? You also can't do.
Not tip.
You can't be like, here's $3.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything. No,
Yeah.
they're doing something now. They got to bring your fat ass 8 plates.
Yeah.
And drinks and drinks and drinks and drinks and drinks.
And load up my black olives.
And by the way, that includes lots of waters. If you get lots of waters, you tip. The
Yes.
whole new world, my friends.
Of course you do.
Coronavirus is changing everything.
No, this is now an actual restaurant. Like, your server is an actual server now.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm glad that that's jobs and that's more money for them, but this is not the buffet experience that people have grown to love. It's a whole new world.
Number 4.
Headline written by someone on the show. Celebs are charging big bucks to join people's Zoom calls. Subhead, noted douche. Jeremy Piven is $90,000 an hour. Brett Favre is cheaper than Jeremy Piven, and he is a noted douche.
Should we
$90,000?
try to raise this?
No.
Should we? Okay.
I would die in shame if we handed over $90,000 to Jeremy Piven instead of someone who actually needs the money. So we get a Jeremy Piven on a Zoom call for, what do you get, 15 minutes?
Well, no, you get an hour, but
I don't care.
Because here's the thing, it actually is broken down. I made that math adjustment myself. What it actually is Jeremy Piven for 10 minutes is $15,000. $15,000 for 10 minutes.
God.
That is his appearance fee to join your Zoom call. Go blank yourself, bro. Nobody wants to talk to you for anything. I wouldn't, if you were like, hey, Jeremy Piven wants to go be on your Zoom call. I have a staff meeting tomorrow at the paper. Hey, we can get Jeremy Piven on here, should we? No.
What is he paying
It's
us?
only $15,000 for 10 minutes. Like, wait, what? You can buy a car for that. What is he doing? And as you mentioned, yes, Brett Favre.
But these stories need to be out there. Why? Because in the same breath, we've got listeners right now who are like, baseball players making all this money. Jeremy Piven is charging $15,000 for 10 minutes. Who's more out of touch? Max Scherzer or freaking Jeremy Piven?
Piven. By the way, I hung out at a bar with Max Scherzer one night after he pitched in San Diego. Fun guy. I think he's actually
you would pay $15,000 for 10 minutes with Max.
No. I'm just saying he's not out of touch. He actually is in touch. He's a man of the people. He's cool. Jeremy Piven is not. This is ridiculous. As you mentioned, Brett Favre, $5,000 for 10 minutes, which is also obnoxious. But you can understand, like, there's definitely companies will be like, man, Brett Favre can talk to our employees, $5,000 for 10 minutes. That's pretty cool. Who is getting Jeremy Piven for $90,000 an hour? To be honest, he's not even joining you. Like, he's not even, like what we talked about, the charity auction where you can go have Magic Johnson like hang out with you for an hour at your kid's bar mitzvah or something. Like, that's at least
I thought it was like a whole day, and it wound up costing like $240,000. So Magic will hang out with you for a full day. Piven's like, I'll give you an hour.
Fly out
$90K.
He'll fly out and hang out with you for an hour in your home, and then you go hang out in LA with him.
Right.
Like, that's a whole thing. Jeremy Piven is he's clicking a link on a Zoom call. This is insanity.
I didn't know. Did you?
This is crazy.
I had no idea that Adam dislikes Jeremy Piven.
I despise Jeremy Piven. He is just an awful human being. By the way, Tony Hawk, $1,000 for 10 minutes. That's worth it. I'll do that. 15 times the price for what has Jeremy Piven ever done? He was good in one show. He was okay as Costanza in the casting of Seinfeld, and then nothing. He hasn't done anything for like 10 years.
Number 3.
So that's probably why he needs the money. He's going to pay his mortgage, and he hasn't had a job in 10 years.
Cost us $700 for 15 minutes with a guy who smokes through his mask last week.
True. Did.
So we're talking about being insensitive and out of touch.
Who booked himself?
Well, let's not get into this, please.
It's insane.
That was a freaking war. Imagine what Ryan Reeves could fetch. He's a very popular guy.
Good segue.
Ryan Reeves spoke today. Listen, he's joked about wanting to score more goals, but here he is talking about changing style of play over time.
I would go home for the summer and I would sit in the gym for 3 hours and I would get as big and jacked as I could. I would, I'd be boxing 3 times a week. And because I had to deal with, these 250-pound monsters that wanted to fight me all the time. And that's just how the game was. That was my role back in the day. But as those guys started leaving the league, I didn't want to leave the league with them. So I had to adapt. So I stopped doing the 3 hours in the gym. I still do the gym. I'm still big and strong, like I have to be to play the way I do. But I really started doing a lot more explosive stuff, a lot of jumps, and then just a lot more skating. I didn't really do a lot of skill work because I was more worried about the role that I was brought in for. And, now, my I'm not going to say I'm the most skilled player in the league, but working on the skills has allowed me to, be on the ice for 10 minutes a night and have an impact and get some people scared and chip on the board when I can. And it's just the league is changing.
Brilliant at the end there, right? The whole thing was great.
Yeah.
Got to evolve. And when Ryan Reeves first came here, there were a lot of people who were like, one-dimensional player. Why did they grab him? Now fans love Ryan Reeves. Now, first and foremost, because he punches guys like Evander Kane in the face. But he's also been a great voice in the community, a great voice in the locker room. And now with what's going on, which has always been going on, but especially now that there's a push to talk about racial issues around sports, around communities, Ryan Reeves is a central figure when we're talking about the NHL.
Anytime there's conversations being started, there's hope. I think the scariest times is when things are going on, injustices are going on. Racism is flowing throughout the United States, and there's no conversations being had. Right now, there's conversations everywhere at all levels, and I think whenever people are talking, whenever people are sitting down or out protesting and showing their support, it's a good thing. The silence is what's scary.
And Reeves brings the perspective of being mixed race and from a law enforcement family. Now, with that as the backdrop, right? Ryan Reeves has evolved as a player. He's a leader in the locker room. He's a very important and, frankly, unique voice in hockey with what's going on right now. With that as the backdrop, Tyler Bischoff says on Twitter, aside from trading away Oscar Lindbergh, overpaying for Ryan Reeves twice is George McPhee's worst move with the Golden Knights. Is it? Are there other factors aside from Corsi and what other nerd numbers Bischoff uses that go into determining value for a player?
Well, clearly not shot percentage, because Ryan Reeves' shot percentage was through the roof this year. No, it's not the worst deal because of a couple of factors.
Bischoff.
First of all, I don't think it's possible to quantify. As much as I am a stat guy like Tyler is, I don't think it's possible to quantify what he means to the locker room, what he brings to that team, and like Pete DeBoer is so comfortable with him that you saw that he was starting. They were starting the fourth line oftentimes when DeBoer took over because he wanted to set a tone early in the game. Now that backfired a couple times where they give up quick goals, but for the most part, the fourth line got them off to a really good start. And how many nights did you go into the locker room? I'd say not everybody's in the locker room, I guess, but how many times would you go in the locker room after the game and the first thing every player would say, man, the fourth line set the tone for us tonight. And Reeves is the anchor of that fourth line. No question about that. The presence that he brings, by the way, there's a lot of guys in that locker room that hate talking to the media. And I know that because I'm there every single day. Guess what? Ryan Reeves talks every single day. So he takes some of that pressure off those guys as well, which that's tough to quantify. There's a lot of what he brings to this team that you could not see from a stat sheet or measure in any way. And I think they overpaid him in his last contract, but I think he took a discount on this contract. I actually think they got a little bit of a deal on Ryan Reeves. And here's another factor that I think people will miss. 71 of 71 games this year, 80 of 82 last year, 79 of 82 the year before, 80 of 82 the year before that. He plays every single night. And you've got a guy like Will Carrier, which I've seen a lot of people say, Will Carrier feels the same role, and he does it with skill. Why not just have him? Well, guess what? Will Carrier gets hurt all the time, so he's throwing his body around. Ryan Reeves somehow not only avoids penalties, but also avoids injury playing like that. So he's a very valuable force on this team.
Number 2.
Tell me why this is of such impact. Raiders' new Allegiant Stadium looks sharp during the Madden 21 trailer. Because I don't get video games. This is big though, right? So what position does the owl have in the game?
Well, I just saw the trailer. I haven't seen the game yet. Obviously, it's still coming out, but the trailer of the game as you watch it opens up with kind of a overhead view, kind of swooping in on Allegiant Stadium from overhead and what it's going to look like in the game. It's not on for very long. It's a pretty quick cameo, but I think it goes to show you, along with the other announcement that we're going to get to today, but it goes to show you that like Vegas in the league is a big impact already in something like Madden, which is historically such a major part of the NFL, not only for players but fans and everyone alike. Like it starts off with, hey, Vegas has arrived. It's not the new stadium in LA. It's not one of the big stars of the game. It's an overhead view swooping in on the strip in the background and Allegiant Stadium, and there's kind of a game going on inside. It just kind of the one more element of, hey, look, Vegas is part of the league now. They have arrived.
The story reads, the construction on the Raiders' new home is receiving finishing touches with newly installed turf donning the team logo and the late Al Davis iconic memorial torch behind the lanai doors. The Madden trailer just about seals the deal. Is that right?
People are very
that makes
excited.
it official. That's how big the game is.
People are very excited.
Trailer also
this.
shows Tom Brady in his new Bucs gear and lots of Lamar Jackson. No surprise there.
He's on the cover. Makes sense.
He is on the cover. And we think he's going to be okay. Although we may fade him a bit.
Maybe, but I am a big fan. Think he has a good year.
Will you buy Madden 21 just as a collector's item?
No.
You're not that into
I'll
it.
watch the trailer.
You made quite a pitch there.
I'll watch the trailer.
I appreciate you doing that for the show.
Yeah, no problem.
It's going to be a big hour about maybe not being genuine.
Number 1.
Yes, we'll get to Mike Gundy, the Oklahoma State coach.
Genuinely hate Jeremy Piven.
Inside of 15 minutes. You were genuine when you were talking about your boy, Jeremy Piven. Yep, 2021 Pro Bowl. Let's go. Now, I think there are people out there like, Pro Bowl. Come on. Again, let's put this all in perspective. If you've been here, from before, say, 2010 in Las Vegas, do you realize, again, how insane all this is? We have a 65,000 seat stadium. We've got one of the iconic franchises from a branding standpoint moving into that stadium. A great fan base. And Adam just said it. Now the NFL loves us. They hated us. We were pariahs. Back early 2000s when like there was some hope. Hey, this place is growing. We're telling you, this place is freaking great. Professional sports, you got to look at us, right? And look at how much has changed in 15 to 20 years. Now we're going to get the Pro Bowl. We're getting the freaking draft. We're going to get a Super Bowl down the road. By the way, is there any worry at all on your part that we, Las Vegas, can handle all this?
No.
Okay.
I mean, those are all tourist events.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt at all. People will want to be coming here. And I think the Pro Bowl will benefit from players that are like, yeah, I actually did a lot of research on the history of the Pro Bowl today, sadly enough, because, I was working on some stories about it. And it happened with Hawaii. Now, it got stale eventually, but it happened with Hawaii in 1980 where they brought the game there and people were like, okay, I'm in now. I don't want to go to LA or to, wherever they were having it before that. They kind of moved it around a little bit. It was in New Orleans one year, Miami one year. They were moving around. And when it went to Hawaii, people were like, okay, cool. This is a cool thing. I want to go be a part of this. I think that's happening in Vegas too.
It's the Big 5 at 5, brought to you by Battle